لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن الأصدق الكلام كلام الله والخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وبعد أيها الإخوة في الله. My brothers, to continue from where my brother left off last week, Abu Hakim Hafidhullah Ta'ala, regarding the nasiha, giving advice, that a father is giving advice to his son. And likewise, I bring to you the advice of Ja'far ibn Muḥammad al-Ṣādiq, rahimahullah. The advice that he gave to his son Musa ibn Ja'far. Wallahi, ikhwan, within this advice is wisdom and principles that if a Muslim understands and comprehends and acts upon, it will affect his life. Before I actually talk about the nasiha and mention the nasiha, it is important that we know who Ja'far ibn Muḥammad al-Ṣādiq is. For verily around this individual, rahimahullah, there are a lot of false claims. The Shia, because he is from Ahl al-Bayt, they claim that he is a person that makes ta'an on the Sahaba. Alhamdulillah, he is likewise an Imam of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And I wanted to mention something about this individual before I mention this nasiha. This individual, known as Ja'far ibn Muḥammad ibn Ali ibn Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib, or in shi'tum ibn Fatima bint Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He is Ja'far ibn Muḥammad Ali ibn Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib. Or if you want, he is likewise Ibn Hussein ibn Fatima bint Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He's an individual that was born in Medina on 17 Rabi' al-Awwal in the year 80 Hijri. On the 17th of Rabi' al-Awwal in the year 80 of Hijri. And he died in the 25th of Shawwal in 148, in the year 148 Hijri. Luqiba bis-Ṣādiq, he was given the title as-Ṣādiq due to the fact that he was not known to be a liar. A person that was known to be Ṣādiq, not known to be a liar, and due to this, he was given this title. It mentions his kunya is Abu Abdullah, but rather his oldest son is named Ismail. And this could indicate, as some of Ahl al-Ilm have mentioned, that he received the kunya before he had his children. He mentions that أدرك أواخر الصحابة فسمع من سهل بن سعد وأنس بن مالك, that he caught the latter of the Sahaba, meaning that he heard from them, he took knowledge from them. From them, Sa'd ibn Sa'd and Anas ibn Malik. His shuyukh is Ata ibn Abi Rabah والزهري وعروة بن زبير, and from his students is Yahya ibn Sa'd al-Ansari, Malik ibn Anas, Sufyan al-Thawri, Abu Hanifa al-Nu'man, rahimahullah jami'an. This individual was known, that had a lot of, an individual that known to have a lot of karam, min akram ahl al-Madinah, that he was from the most generous of people, from the people of Medina. Abu Hatim al-Razi rahimahullah said regarding this individual, thiqah wala yus'al an mithlihi, that this person is thiqah, trustworthy. Such an individual, you don't question regarding him. Ibn Hibban, he mentions Sayyid min Saddad Ahl al-Bayt, Ubad atba' at-tabi'in, that he was from the Ubad, from those that were known to be excessive in worship, from the atba' at-tabi'in, wa min ulama al-ahl al-Madinah, and he was from the scholars of Medina. Abu Hanifa Nu'man, he mentions regarding this individual, ma ra'aytu afqa min Ja'far. He said that I did not see anyone more, here is understanding, but here it means that he did not see anyone more knowledgeable than Ja'far. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala, he says, فَإِنَّ جَعْفَرِ ibn Muḥammad min أَئِمَّةِ الدِّينِ بِإِتِّفَاقِ أَهْلُ السُّنَّةِ وَالْجَمَاعَةِ. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, he mentions that Ja'far ibn Muḥammad, he is from A'imma. He is from the A'immat al-Din. And that is consensus of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. He was a person that was born in Medina. And he is a person that died in Medina. And likewise, he is buried in the Jannat al-Baqi in Medina. You'll find that Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, they use him in the books of fiqh. Well, likewise the Shia. But the Shia, they attribute to him lies. Ahadith al-mawdu'ah, fabricated hadith. And they claim that he is a person that claimed to have the knowledge of the unseen. That he was a person, the super Sahaba. That he curses the companions. That he is a person that committed shirk. وَكَذَلِكَ طَعْنَ فِي الْقُرْآنِ, that he likewise criticizes and has ta'an in regarding the book of Allah Azza wa Jal. The Shia زعموا هو من أئمة الأثنى عشرية. They claim, the Shia, that he is from one of the 12 Imams. All of this كلها مكذوبة عليه. All of this is lies. For verily كان عالم من علماء أهل الإسلام علماء أهل السنة والجماعة. So that there, Ikhwan, was a very small detail, or very small glimpse into the life of this great Imam. To know that he is not from the people of what Shia claim. He is not someone that lies regarding the Quran or criticizes the Quran. He is not someone that criticizes the Sahaba. But verily he is a person of Sunnah. He said to his son, it is collected that he said to his son, Ya bunay, iqbal wasiyyati. Oh my son, take my advice. Wahfadh maqalati. Memorize and be mindful of my words, what I'm about to mention to you. فَإِنَّكَ, he mentioned, إِنْ حَفَظْتَهَا, that verily if you memorize this and you are mindful of these words, تُعِشْ سَعِيدًا وَتُمُتْ حَمِيدًا, but verily you will have a nice life, a pleasing life, and you will have a praiseworthy death. And then he went on to mention, Ya bunay, man radiya bima qasama lahu istaghna. Oh my son, the one that is pleased with which Allah has given to him, he is pleased, then he will be content and self-sufficient. وَمَنْ مَدَّ عَيْنَهُ إِلَى مَا فِي يَدِ غَيْرِهِ مَاتَ فَقِيرًا. And the one, my son, the one whose eyes they yearn for that which has been given to others, longing, his eyes longing, wanting that which has been given to others, then verily he will die poor. He will die poor. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَرْضَى بِمَا كَسَمَ اللَّهُ لَهُ اتَّهَمَ اللَّهُ بِقَضَائِهِ. And the one who is not pleased with which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained for him, he is not pleased, then verily this individual has questioned the qada of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has questioned what Allah has ordained for him. The one that is not pleased with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him. Wallah, ikhwan, each sentence is a principle. As you are about to hear, it's a principle of how we should be in life. The one that is content and pleased with what Allah gives to him, does not yearn for what others have, then this individual will be content. But if you're yearning and wanting what Allah has given to others, you will die poor. If you're not happy with what Allah has given you, then you are questioning what Allah has ordained for you. And then he went on to mention, Ya bunay, man istasghara zullata nafsihi ista'zama zullata ghayrihi. O my son, whomsoever sees his own shortcomings as something trivial, something small, he will see the shortcomings of others to be great. Ya bunay, man istasghara zullata ghayrihi ista'zama zullata nafsihi. O my son, the one that sees his shortcomings as something great and big will see the shortcomings of others to be small. Wallahi, principles, ikhwan. Reflecting upon your own sins. As Bilal ibn Rabah, he mentioned that do not look to see how small your sin is. But look to see the severity of the one that you are disobeying. This is how we should be. We should not look to see, well, this shortcoming is not too bad. Others are doing a lot worse than me. No. Look to see who you are disobeying. Look to the severity of the one that you are disobeying. Ya bunay, man kashafa hijab ghayrihi inkashafat awra baytihi. O my son, the one that removes the veil from others, man kashafa hijab ghayrihi, whomsoever removes the veil of others, then his private household affairs will be unveiled. Nasihah that a father is giving to his son. Nasihah, ikhwan, examples that we should take. O fathers, and I address myself first, how we should be with our children. This was the way of the Salaf, that they would be teachers for their children. They would be advisors for their children. Individuals that would be safeguarding. This was the role of the children. Afwan, this was the role of the parents, the fathers and the mothers in regards to their children. Warners, bringing of good tidings, protecting from any form of evil to the best of their ability. But each sentence here, ikhwan, ponder upon this. The one that tends to unveil and lift the veil of others' shortcomings. Remember that your household affairs, your private affairs will likewise be unveiled. Principles, ikhwan, if certain individuals they understood, then they would not go around looking for the shortcomings of their brothers. Not going around finding slip of the tongue. Especially individuals that are known for the sunnah. Individuals that are defending this manhaj. Individuals that are trying to the best of their ability, not for no money, not for no position, but just purely to want to spread the word of Allah Azza wa Jal. But then you'll find individuals that are going around trying to find fault. And once they find this fault in these individuals, they do not stop there. Then they wish to make it muntashir. They wish to spread the shortcomings, so the whole world can see that such and such individual that you see to be calling to the sunnah, this is how he really is. Wallahi ikhwan, take heed, for what you are trying to do may happen to you one day. وَمَنْ سَلَّ سَيْفَ الْبَغِي قُتِلَ بِهِ. Ja'far ibn Muḥammad rahimullah, that he went on to mention and say, the one that draws the sword of oppression, he will die by that sword. The one that draws the sword of oppression, he indeed will die by that sword. وَمَنِ احْتَفَرَ لِأَخِيهِ بِئْرًا سَقَطَ فِيهَا. And the one that digs a pit for his brother, intended for his brother, he himself will fall into that pit. وَمَنْ دَاخَلَ السُّفَهَاء حُقَرْ. And the one that mingles and mixes with the foolish ones, this will cause him to lower himself. وَمَنْ خَالَتَ الْعُلَمَاء وَقِرْ. And the one that mingles and mixes with the scholars, is around with the scholars, then that individual will earn respect and honor. If he mixes and he mingles, he makes the scholars his companions. For verily the scholars are the ones that fear Allah Azza wa Jal. The scholars are the ones that are most knowledgeable regarding the halal and the haram, that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with. So if you are constantly around these individuals, contrary to the one that mingles with foolish people, you will only lower yourself. وَمَنْ دَخَلَ مَدَاخِلَ السُّوءِ اتَّهَمْ. And the one who enters the places of evil, he enters such places, then such an individual will often be accused. Remember that. That the one who indulges around evil places, comes in and out of evil places, then that person will often be accused. يا بني إياك أن تزرب الرجال فيزربك. Oh my son, beware not to ridicule and to find fault with men, for verily they will find fault with you. Beware not to ridicule man and to find fault, for verily by doing this they will find fault with you. أقول قولي هذا استغفر لي ولكم استغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. And to continue with this tremendous advice, the advice of a father to a son, the advice which a father wished to leave behind for his son. He went on to say, Rahimullah, Ya bunay, kun li kitabillah azza wa jal taliyan. Oh my son, be someone who is a reciter of the Quran. And you recite the Quran plentiful. You're busying yourself with the recitation of the Quran. Be someone that is known who is a reciter of the Quran. وَلِلسَّلَامْ فَاشِيًا. And be a person that gives salams plentiful. He initiates the salams. He gives salams to his Muslim brothers. وَبِالْمَعْرُوفِ آمِرًا. And that he is a person that calls to the good, enjoins the good. And ikhwan, this advice itself, in itself is qayyim. It does not need any ziyadat. It does not need any extra clarification. The words itself are gold. Be someone who recites the Quran. Give salams to your brothers. Be the one that orders with the good. وَعَنِ الْمُنْكِرِ نَاهِيًا. And someone who is known in forbidding the evil. And as Allah Azza wa Jal, and as mentioned in the Quran regarding this one point, that this ummah was the best ummah. This ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the best ummah to come forth from mankind. Why? As Shaykh bin Baz rahimahullah ta'ala has mentioned, يَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. With the condition that they call to the good and they forbid the evil. When they establish this shart and this condition is when they will be the best ummah. Then he went on to mention وَلِمَنْ قَطَعَكْ وَاسِلًا. And the one who cuts off from you, meaning if family members, they cut off from you, they cut you off, they cut off the ties, you be the one that keeps the family ties. When someone cuts you off, you be the individual that continues the ties. You be better. وَلِمَنْ سَكَتَ عَنْكَ مُبْتَدِئًا. And the one that is ignoring you, the one that is not speaking to you no more, the one that is upset to you. If you have a quarrel or a beef with an individual, and due to that, he no longer wishes to speak to you, you be the one, you be the better one who initiates the speech and makes the effort to make things up. وَلِمَنْ سَأَلَكْ مُعْتِيًا. And the one that requests from you, be the one that gives. If someone requests something of you, then you be the one, for the best of your ability, is the one that gives. وَإِيَّاكَ وَالنَّمِيمَ فَإِنَّا تَزْرُوا الشَّحْنَاءَ فِي قُلُوبِ الرِّجَالِ. Be aware of slander. Be aware of slandering. For verily this brings hatred and enmity in the hearts of man. Be aware of this. وَإِيَّاكَ وَتَعَرْ لِعُيُوبِ النَّاسِ. And be aware for exposing people's weaknesses and shortcomings. For verily this Imam went on to mention, فَمَنْزِلَ تَعَرْ لِعُيُوبِ النَّاسِ كَمَنْزِلَةِ الْحَدَفِ. That the one who goes around looking for the faults of man, the weaknesses of man, and he goes around doing this, then he himself, by doing this, then he himself will become a target. He himself will then become a target. يا بني إذا طلبت الجود فعليك معادنه فإن للجود معادن وللمعادن أصولا وللأصول فروعا وللفروع ثمرا ولا يعطي ثمرا إلا بالأصول ولا أصل الثابت إلا بمعدن طيب. Oh my son, if you want to grow in your generosity, then you need to know that generosity, it has parts. These parts have foundations, and these foundations, they have branches, and these branches, they bring about fruit, like the example of the tree. This fruit, it will not be wholesome and it will not be good up until the foundations are solid and good, and the foundations will not be firm up until the parts that make up this foundation are good. Wallah, words of wisdom. And then finally he went on to mention, Ya bunay, in zurta fazur al-akhyar. Oh my son, if you are to visit individuals, then visit the akhyar, the righteous ones, the people that are known for good. وَلَا تُزُرُ الْفُجَّارِ. And do not visit the wretched ones, the evil ones. And then he gives the example of how these evil ones are. فَإِنَّهُمْ صَخْرَةٌ لَا يَتَفَجُّرُ مَاؤُهَا. But verily these evil ones are the example of a stone that no water comes forth from this stone. وَشَجَرَةٌ لَا يَخْضَرُ وَرَقَهَا. And like a tree that does not produce green leaves. And it mentions وَالْأَرْض لَا يَظْهَرُ أُشْبَهَا. And earth, ground, that produces no pasture. These are the examples of the evil companions. This was the advice that a father gave to his son and his grandchild, Ali ibn Musa. He mentioned regarding his father Musa, مَا تَرَكَ هَذِهِ وَصِيحًا, that he did not leave this advice, meaning that he acted upon this advice up until his death. So we ask Allah Azza wa Jal that He makes us individuals that can comprehend these words, understand the virtues and the principles, and then thereon have the blessing of Allah Azza wa Jal and the tawfiq to be able to act upon these things in our lives up until we meet yaqeen. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. أقيموا الصلاة يرحمكم الله.